कहाँ से लोगी? हाँ ये सब्जी
Yeah, I hope everyone is here. So let's start. Yeah. So for your question, like, how I turn this image into a kind of a blending, right? So for that, I select my.
भी रुक जाओ, दोनों साथ में करेंगे.
Yeah. So this is my print layer. Okay. I click on my print layer. I go to keyboard and press Ctrl T to select that print layer. Okay. This is the shortcut. This is only the shortcut I always use. So remember this one. I forgot where it usually found. So don't mind me, because from past 10 years, I'm using the same shortcut over and over and over. So remember this one, Control T, to select and to create a bone for that layer. Okay. Shop is coming. Yeah. Once you click on Control T, you have this selection open. You can see these white color spots to enlarge the size of this print and decrease the size of this print. See. So I decrease my size because I want it a little smaller. Okay, I think that's a good fit for this one. Okay, I think that's a good fit for me. Once you click on Control T, see this option over here near the bicubic interpolation. Interpolation. You can see this interpolation word. After that, you can see this bicubic. Next to the bicubic, can you see this option? It's a free transformation or a wrap mode. Everyone can see this one, right? So click on this option. Okay, once you click on this option, now it turns into a wrap mode that you can adjust this one, how this print should goes on your fabric. Okay, like this. Like this, you can adjust your print how you want to be and where it should goes, and how the angle and everything, the proportion, you can get it. So it's kind of this kind of a direction. I want here a little compressed in this area. Like this. Okay. That's more reasonable, I felt, for now. Okay, I click OK. I can see my print has turned in that kind of a direction, that tilted direction. Okay. So once you have this direction, now what you're gonna do is take your polygon lasso tool, select your t-shirt area, draw this selected area. Okay, for me, right now I use this one. The previous I already created the t-shirt color. I use that one. So for you guys, take your polygon lasso tool and create a selection as per the t-shirt. Okay. Once you create this selection, click on this textile, the print. which is the layer, click on that layer. Okay, don't forget to click on this textile layer. Okay, otherwise you're gonna erase some other layer. Okay, click on this print layer and go to the select, click inverse. Once you click inverse, take your eraser tool and remove this all this excessive print outside of this selected area. Now click select. Okay, once you erase everything, now click select and click deselect. Now you can see the print as applied into that color. And what I'm gonna do is, it is bottom of my color, but I want little bit the print should, I want that color, so I put the print on top of the color. I go to the multiply here and I click multiply. I can see the color of the print which is applied to that fabric. And you get the shadows and details and everything. See, okay. Now you applied your fabric to the print. This is how we usually apply the fabrics to the any kind of a dress, like to the particular color to get that kind of a specific color. Okay, that's how you're gonna blend them. So after this one, trouser, I will discuss how to do the embroideries also on the trouser. So for with the embroidery details, I think we can close the session. Okay. So rest you guys need to practice. Okay. Because embroideries is kind of like, you can, this is gimmick I will show you. It's kind of like a jogad also. Instead of drawing an embroidery details, what I do, I will show you those techniques also. Okay. What I usually do. Now let's render this trouser. Okay, so I went to my trouser and I zoom as possible as much and slowly started rendering them. Okay, I take my burn tool, burn these areas where I need a little more area is more darker. So that's where I'm gonna apply all my burning effects and everything. So I burn my edges to get my specific details and everything. And of course, the denim, this side is going to be darker because it's not exposed to the light. And where I with the lines, so I'll go with those lines and I apply a burn. And under the arm also, it's there. And I burn it as it's needed. Don't worry about the lines. I do the same thing how I usually done for my t-shirts. I use those lines for my render. I'll try to make it thicker so we can also cover the topic for embroideries also. Okay. So now I have my burn. So I'll adjust with my smudge tool a little bit. I don't use smudge too much because I'm going to lose the texture of the fabric. See, so I don't use the smudge on the texture of the fabric. Okay, so don't use the smudge if you are applying on the texture. Okay, you can only smudge it when you are playing with the colors. So I'm just adjusting the edges, that's it. Okay, not gonna burn it over here, like, by using this textile. So I'll show you a trick when you're working with the textiles, what you has to do. Okay, so don't worry, that's why I use these lines, the outer lines, for, like, my blending things. So if I apply a texture, if I apply a smudge on the fabric, you're gonna lose that texture of the fabric and everything. So I have now my basic smudging and everything. So what I do is I'll go to this pants layer. I take my smudge. Now I smudge them as it's needed now. Okay. See, I use these lines, and as a folds, instead of fabric, I smudge the lines. Okay. So instead of fabric, I smudge the lines. So I get really good results like this. Drawing all the shadows and details that they want to be, like, if you have a client that, like, illustration is only the major thing that, but if you kind of things, so to make my work faster. But if I'm working for a client just for only illustration, then I draw them all the details, like, very precisely and neat, and making quicker process and everything. But if I have, like, lesser time, it also gives you really realistic approach results, and, like, very fine results. So you don't need to worry, you don't find much any differences, like, with the normal drawing details or anything. Just is the most important thing, like, drawing class. Understand the light values. Okay, understand the values of the light and use that source proper, blending properly. I mean, you can call it as a rendering also, rendering skills. Blending and rendering both are the same, so don't worry, just a different terms. So until you get, like, all the results, so you can use these lines as, like, transfer them into a proper uh, blending tool, so that can shows the folds and everything. Okay, merging for now, it's taking time because of Zoom call, video conversion, and Photoshop and everything, but I'll try to make it quicker. See, guys, I just draw one illustration, okay, for the different styles of dresses. The techniques are the same. You're just only drawing a different dress, okay, end of the day. Lehenga, or, like, or Western gowns or anything. Don't worry, the techniques are the same only. So it just drawing a different structure, that's it. The basics are, this is the fastest and, like, most easiest way for you guys. Initial stage, like, faster and easier to get a better results. So So I render most of the things. So now you guys can see the depths and details of this one. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is I take my dodge tool and I go to my trouser layer. Okay. And I zoom this one. Now I need to apply the light tone for this one. Okay. So I took my dodge tool, increase my size of this one, because there I'll give my little reflection. Don't give too much. Okay, just give little shadows where it's needed. Okay, I can see. Okay, for the smaller areas, what I do is I'll reduce my size of this dodge tool. Okay, I zoom maximum. Now I give my depths over here. The smaller size of the dodge. because denim, the folds, there's going to be a little whites over here also in the folds area. So we need to keep this kind of a details like proper place. I can increase that whites and wherever I want, just apply this depend upon my light values and sources. So rest of the rendering, you guys can finish it up. Okay, I'll send this file also, so guys can practice. Give a little bit. Okay, now you can see my denim is done. You guys can see. Let me save this file before. Now let's discuss about the embroideries also, okay? Because that has to be quicker, so time is also running out. So let's discuss about the embroideries. How to apply the embroideries over here. Okay, so first initially we can start with the button for this denim. Okay, what I'm gonna do is here I'll do some jigad here. You should have drawing my embroidery details. So I go to Google, okay, and I search for. Right now I'm using denim button, so instead of drawing button, what I simply download the denim button. See, I have so many buttons over here. Which one is the best fit? I just take whichever the thing I needed and everything, which can shows me is right. So which one I can use? Shall I use the brass here? So I have a brass one. I have the brass one. So I can take one picture from here, which has only one single denim button. Okay, sir, I don't find any one single button, but I have this one. How I gonna use this one? Okay, I will show you a small trick over here. So let's save this image. So I have my denim button over here. So let's get into the idea and drag that button into your Photoshop file. Okay, sir, I have a denim button, but I have this file. How are you gonna remove the background? If you have a plain background, I'm only talking about the plain background because I'm not gonna talk with the complete photo manipulation things because we don't have that much time. So if you have such kind of an image with the plain background, okay, I'll do a simple thing. Go to eraser. In the eraser, can you see this magic eraser tool? Click on that magic eraser tool. Just click over here, click OK, and again click once again, and it removes that entire background, that color. It only removes that specific color, that's it. So okay, now you have your button. So with the two clicks, I remove my background. Okay, do you want me to show again once again? Let me repeat this one. So you downloaded the image with the plain color background, like such a kind of a plain color background, but two images are there. You want to remove that background. Okay, go to this eraser tool and go to this magic eraser and click that background. With one click, the entire background will goes away. And second click, I just don't want the second color over here. So I click that one, so I remove that one. Okay, now I go with my regular eraser and I just simply remove this one. I don't want this. Now I have my button, most realistic button. Okay. Now simply click Control T and reduce the size of this button. I think there is some elements left. That's why it was getting this kind of a size. Let me check. Again, Control T. or this still something is left in this corner. That's fine. Just to this size. As for this trouser, and place this one over here. And of course, the size is too big, and resize by clicking Control T. Okay, I think that's a really good fit. I don't want this center white. Just draw something over there to represent the blue. Okay. Now you have your button. See, any button is ready. The same way, how I use my buttons, like how I do my embroidery is like this is the trick. What I usually do is, if I'm doing an embroidery, what kind of an embroidery you are doing? For example, a beading, okay, or like cut beads, or if you are using a cut beads, or like stones, or what kind of embroidery you are dealing with right now. So check for this material, okay, because drawing gonna take a lot of time, okay. So for that kind of cases, what you usually do is like for example, if I'm using a cut beads, so until I can use these materials, I download it from Google, okay. And if I'm not able to use these materials, I'll simply draw them. That's it. I just reduce my size of my brush, and I simply slowly start drawing them by how I usually do my embroideries. Okay. Yeah. For example, let's use this crystal over here. Okay. I won't have a single crystal. That's fine. I think I have one single crystal. Yeah, I have found one single bead. This one is looking more nice and shiny, but I have some. This one I will use. Yes, for a ski crystal, this one I will use. Okay, I simply download this one, save that image. Okay, and I go to the folder and bring that image over here. Okay, I have my crystal now. I want to remove the background to use this crystal. Okay, so for that, I go to this eraser, and in the eraser, you can find this magic eraser. Click on that background of this crystal. Now it's automatically removes that entire background. See, nothing else left only except the crystal. Of course, the size is too big. Let's reduce the size to smaller. Control T. And reduce the size to small. What is your required size as per your embroidery and details? What is your required size? We can use that. So this is the crystal size I want for my bead, for example. So for example, I'll just use this one, just a rough case. Just want to beading over here. So a simple embroidery I'm just showing you guys. Because detailed embroidery is gonna take time. That like you need to draw sometimes. You need to do the beading this kind of jogads also at the same time. So that's my crystal gonna be there. Okay. Now what I do is simply go to the layer option and I duplicate this bead. Okay, I duplicate this bead and I rearrange them where I want these beads. Like this. Okay, again I duplicate this one. Until I have like proper kind of filling, I duplicate that one. Again, I duplicate this one. That's how you're gonna. So you end of the day, you're gonna create so many layers. So like so many layers so that you need to work when you're creating an illustration. So don't worry about the layers, okay? If you felt anything is too many layers, that you can make them as a group. So that's how I usually do that. Okay, so for example, let's create these pearls. I mean, like not pearls, like crystals, crystal embroidery or something, whatever guys you guys want to do. Okay, I have my crystal layer now. See the pearls over there, I mean the crystal layer. So, okay, sir, I have in this time use, let's use this time. Guys, if in 6 minutes, I think the session will be over. But if you guys want to repeat, you can connect with the same link. Okay, that will be the last for this class. Okay. Okay, sir, I have my crystal now. I want a cut bead here. I will show you now how to draw them also, because instead of you can download the cut beads and you can use it over here, but I will show you how to draw it. As it's required with the details and specifications, you need to follow the same thing. So for example, I have a gold color cut bead here. So instead of downloading from online, I will show you how I usually draw them also. So in that way, like you guys can use that procedure. For example, this is the lightest gold tone, for example. Okay, and I keep my size to 6. So my cut beads are like for example, I have a cut bead in this strike. Okay, so first I draw my longer without any shadows. I have a longer cut bead, half-inch cut bead, maybe you can say, for example, using for in case with the bigger cut beads, just to show how I usually draw them. Okay, so I draw my cut bead here, and like I take my burn tool here and reduce my size to smaller, and I just burn it in the bottom area to get a darker shadow of that gold. So darker shadow of that gold. And for the white, I don't use the dodge tool. I mean, instead of that, I'll go and paint the white color. I take my white color and I go to the brush and reduce my size to 3. I simply paint it for the shining, like how it shines the bead on top, like that. Like that, you can draw any kind of a tiny details for your your embroidery details, like what kind of an embroidery you're dealing with, like such kind of way you can do your thread embroideries, or like beading work, or any kind of a details, or like if you want to use, you can download from online, as I show you, like how to download from online, or you can also draw them by simply drawing with the specific colors and everything like this. So any doubts so far, guys?
No, sir.
So this is how we usually draw the embroideries, and this is how we usually keep the fabrics, and this is like what we do in the illustration. Now you guys can see the result, how it's turned out, like So I'll send this file also, guys. Okay, so you know, get from the department, and you guys can practice it. Okay, with this one. This is the fastest way that you can finish your illustrations really quick. in like apart from regular hand drawings. So I close this session with this topic. So let's finish this. So this is the digital fashion illustration, guys. So I hope you guys understand the techniques and everything. Okay. Hopefully, and I will send this video sessions also, recording sessions. So for you practice session, like you can get it from the department, and I will send this folder also. So you can get it from the department. I was waiting for till today to finish this one. So I hope you guys understand how to apply the fabrics, how to apply the colors, how to render them, how to use the skin tones, how to transfer your Procreate into Photoshop, and like how to get this result and everything. So this is the fastest and
So,
yes.
hello, sir. Yes, sir. We got everything, and thank you so much for this wonderful session.
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, and thank you so much for teaching us so many different things and according to our pace as well, because we know you are a pro at it.
Yeah, no, thank you for you guys, like, for the patience also at the same time, like, it's needed. And of course, it was connecting and reconnecting, so it's gonna be a little hard. But end of the day, I had really good session with you guys. Definitely, I enjoyed the class. So I hope you guys enjoy my class also. So hopefully we can meet again. And like, if you guys have any doubts, you can go through the sessions. And these are the basic things, like, you need to remember and practice. There is your practice is your best teacher. And observe. Please observe yourself. Anything, like, even a small object also, try to think and imagine. Okay, see yourself in a camera, see yourself in a video, see yourself in a mirror with the light, and see how the light is falling, and observe them. Okay, understand them and use them in your practice. That's it. That is the best way I can tell you to overcome and become a really good designer, a really good artist also. Okay. I think in a minute it will get disconnected. Okay, guys. I hope you guys have a really nice evening and nice weekend too. I'll see you guys. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, sir.